in the red trunks at the 4 o'clock position as Protoss. It is the victor of game 1, up 1-0 in the series against the terrifying Theo. But this is Y2kid. That was an awful intro. This is Y2kid.
And in the 12 o'clock position. How do I make this more awkward? I was trying to... He lost last game to his opponent.
He's shedding a tear right now.
he just wants to shout and let it all out, I'm sure. Give it up for Fear. Playing his tear. Oh, man. we shouldn't be allowed to co-cast. We're having too much fun. Wait, is this... No, it was Desert Rose that Suri got flamed on.
Yep.
That's every map.
Poor Suri.
Suri can't catch a break today.
No, I'm grateful for Suri maps, honestly. Especially ones that are Protoss favorite.
I appreciate Suri, despite having thrown him under the bus about 20 minutes ago. I appreciate him.
So I wonder if we're going to see another 2-fact out of here.
I hope not.
I'm getting the feeling no. Yeah, I'm getting the feeling no. He's done it 2 games in a row now.
Yeah, I think he's just like, oh, that didn't work. Because the thing is, right? If he's beat him, he said that he is 2-0 against Y2 on the ladder. And I feel like...
every time?
Yeah, which, I mean, even if you 2-fact both times, right? And then you do it again here, now it's failed. I think that's about, like, all right, he's learning the build. We should do something else.
He's learning.
Guys, it's possible. The British people can learn.
So is Y2kid British or is he an honorary Brit? We adopted him. We will adopt him. I think he's.
I think he's Bulgarian living in Scotland currently, Glasgow. Okay. I think.
Okay.
I know because I've been planning on going to the UK at some point just to make fun of British people, and I was gonna. I was talking about him. I was gonna meet him because I have a friend who lives in Edinburgh as well, and I do love meth. So like I figure I'll visit him, and then I'll go to Glasgow to actually see a beautiful side of Scotland.
I think you got that the wrong way around, buddy.
I don't know. That's what I've always been told. Is Edinburgh is the meth capital of the UK.
Oh, I thought that was Glasgow. Well, Glasgow's knife capital.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
But there's a lot of smackheads in Glasgow.
I don't have to go to London to get stabbed. That's such a convenience factor for me. It's so much cheaper to be in Glasgow and get stabbed than it is to be in London.
I mean, at least the ambulance will help you for free when it eventually arrives.
Yeah, assuming it arrives in time, it'll help me for free.
Once I had an American buddy who had a broken nose, and I took them to the hospital. And they went in. The doctor like rebroke their nose and put it straight. Actually left them with a better nose than they went in with. And they came out at the end and they were like, "So where do I pay?" And they're like, "Buddy, no one told you, did they? This is free." Like what?
Yeah.
And they left. They left like a criminal. Like they thought that they were stealing. Like, but I don't pay taxes. Like, dude, it's
I stole your health care. Get fucked. I stole your health care.
Like,
me getting my stomach pumped in Crayfeld after drinking too much at Home Story Cup.
Oh no. Actually.
That's actually gonna be me this soon.
Oh, actually this year. Oh, okay.
Well,
you meant past story.
No, that's my goal. We've been joking about so obviously I hang out with Roddy and a lot of the people from his chat, and we do F1 races. And I have a lot of issues driving on controller just because it feels like it doesn't feed back properly. When I'm driving in person, right? Like you know how like you grab your wheel and you just feel the car, how it moves, especially if you have a good responsive car, which my car
someone who has never driven, yes, I completely know what you're talking about.
Oh, really? You haven't? I think we've talked about this. I feel like we've definitely talked about this.
Yeah, I never needed to. We have really good public transport in the UK as well, and you.
I don't know. Like, okay, it's better than German trains. I'll give you that.
Well, I mean, compared to Europe, it's arguable. But compared to the USA, I mean, come on.
Well, yeah, it's because our government would rather fund a war than fund public transportation, among many other things.
And I mean, other than that, it's faster to cycle in a city to get somewhere than it is to drive somewhere. So,
true.
I needed to, and cars are super expensive. So
that makes sense.
Also contributed to that decision.
Yeah. All right. So if you have a car that is well tuned, right? It's very responsive. You can feel it, right? It's kind of like you really get into it, and maybe this is like something that only happens for people who like really love driving. Because I enjoy driving a lot, so maybe it's like something that you know, however, either way. But I can you can get into it and feel it. On a controller, you just can't. So there's so many times where I go to take a turn and I just whiff it because like I don't have the feel, or it's not responding the way I think it's going to.
Yeah, I understand. The thumbstick is too like loose. Like it doesn't. It doesn't stop you from moving it.
When it's also it's got acceleration, right? So it's not like a perfect like, oh, I can turn it a little bit. It's like turn kind of thing.
Yeah, I get you.
And I mean, I'm sure that's a setting, but I've played with the settings. I've never gotten anything to work better, so I don't actually know. But so we had a joking bet that there's a shot at Krefeld. I don't remember what it's called, but it's so disgusting that no one ever wants to do it. And it's kind of like the punishment shot. It's kind of what it's known as. And Pi, great guy. He's like, Tim or Eric, if you survive, I say Tim because we're all on first name basis, but I realize that not everyone in chat understands that my name is Tim. And so he's like,
confused me.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yes. What do you want, Tim? Nothing, Tim.
So he's like, Aaron, if you survive X number of laps, I'll do I'll do a shot of it. And then I survived, and we're like, all right, double or nothing for double the laps. And then I survived that because I finished the race. No, I binned it in like the last corner of the race, right? So I made it basically to the end. But I binned it because we were laughing too hard because someone else binned it right at the end too. So we were just laughing, and I was like, oh, well, whoops. I don't care. I wasn't going to get points anyway. But so now he has to do 2 of those shots, and I'm going to do one with him. And so he's not very happy that I survived that race. And I expect that we're going to do too much drinking and then add those shots on top and then
so
die.
It's going to be a revenge. Not revenge, but a consolation match at Home Story Cup, you're saying.
Probably. Although there's a bunch of Brood War people coming or trying to go.
Oh, really?
Set
up a little corner.
Javier hit me up. I think he ended up dropping out. One of the other people I talked to, Hexy, however you pronounce it, they're going to. And I'm pretty sure I heard at least rumors of one other person going, but I don't know for sure. And I'm like, yes, we're making the Brood War event, guys. Let's go.
Well, that's my plan for Atlanta.
Yeah,
they are not getting me to play StarCraft 2. I'm sorry.
There's a BYOC. There's BYOC in a LAN area that you can use.
Exactly. I have that booked up.
Nice. We did a small StarCraft 2 tournament in the LAN center area on Sunday last year. It was fun. We could definitely set up Brood War something. If you arrive early enough, they just give you infinite time until there's a line. That's what we learned.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because we were talking with the guy. We're like, hey, we wanted to do like a small tournament here. And we showed up at like 9 or 10. Like, we were there as the venue opened. And we're like, because it's normally like a half hour, 45 minutes. And we're like, hey, is there any way we can get more time or something? Like, since we were like, it's empty and we wanted to do a tournament. He's like, yeah, so long as like there's open computers, I'll let you guys keep playing. I'll just keep refreshing your time. And I was like, oh, sweet. Atlanta is the best venue I've ever been to.
Yeah?
They let us stay. So the finals started on time, and they ran late. So the finals ended at like 11, 12 o'clock local time.
Yeah.
And they let us stay for another hour getting signatures from Hero. And like we were the last people there. The stream just kept going, and we were all just around him. And meanwhile, at Katowice in Poland this past year when Oliveira won, we finished the finals at the time they were scheduled to start, right? So it's like they were scheduled to start at 9. We finished at like 9:30 with the entire like grand finals. And so we're all like, oh, sweet. We're all going to get Oliveira to sign our stuff and everything. And then they kick us out 30 minutes later. They're like, no, get the fuck out. And we're like, dude, we would still be mid-finals if everything was scheduled normally. What would you have done then? And they're like, we don't care. Get out. And it's like, fuck you.
That sounds like the people who work at the venue rather than the venue, though, right? I mean, I guess it's almost one and the same, but I do want to. Yes, exactly. You just went to the right spot.
It was the security guards kicking us out. It was nobody else but the security.
I mean, classic security, eh?
Yeah, fuck them.
So, as if by some divine premonition, Javier, you are quite right. Y2k, has he made carriers yet? It's happening.
He's literally working on that. Yo,
we do
hey,
have a dropship coming in on the natural from here. Got some vultures in there doing a little bit of damage. This is the first real interaction we've seen.
Yeah, this is their first time actually like doing something to each other this game. So, Javier, are you going to be at Home Story Cup? Because Hex said you might not be, and I just wanted to double check. Dropship gets out, no issues. We got some mines put down around production.
Dude, these vultures are doing
Damn.
They're doing work. You got a bunch of probes. A bunch of distraction.
You can't come up for breakfast or nothing? Damn, rip. You don't want to risk getting stuck by Deutschbahn for 4 hours? Funny enough, I've had 0 issues with DB in my time in Germany. I'm like the only person.
I mean, I think the locals will always complain about the things that affect them every day.
No, there was one time that this was like a stay-at-home story cup, I think, and it was either Showtime or Hero Marine was going home, and they left at like late morning, early afternoon, and they posted 1 in the morning. Train finally got me home.
Please. Well, at least you can sleep on a train.
True. As long as you don't miss your stop.
Yeah, well, you got to set alarms. Made that mistake before.
That's why I actively do my best to not fall asleep on transport. Like when I was in the Netherlands the first time, I was like so ready to die because it was after Katowice. I went to the Netherlands to hang out with some people, and I was so ready to die in that train. But I'm like, I can't. I gotta be ready for my stop. That's true.
If you can work out when it's arriving, you should set an alarm clock. That's the trick.
I had an hour delay on track by NS.
Well, then you're not going to miss your alarm. You know?
True.
It can't be faster. It can only be slower. You can only reset your alarm for a later time.
That's true. Oh, man. I'm excited to go back.
Fear was able to scout with his drop the carriers being built, but he didn't respond very strongly. I don't know if maybe necessarily he processed that he could see those, but he is going out for a push. Maybe he's just planning to ignore them. Maybe he's doing the classic Terran things of, oh, you have carriers, I'm just going to go and kill you.
Yeah, I don't know if he actually saw the fleet beacon. I think he saw a Stargate, like looking at like the vision. Like I don't know if he actually saw the fleet beacon though. But also like he's got a scary army here. As much as he's throwing these vultures into the goons, and that's not great. Kind of want the tanks to do that, but oh, look at this Giga Chad. He's firing on his pylon to get the interceptors out. 2 Goliaths ready to do work. I mean, this army's all zealots now, so yeah, just unsieged a move here, and you'll just kind of push through. 4 carriers are not going to kill this anytime reasonably, right? Chat says Y2 holds. I don't know.
Oh, that siege is great, though.
Yeah, that siege is questionable. He just wants to kill the natural.
Is he going to?
Oh, there. Okay.
Just.
It cost him everything.
Was it worth it? Absolutely.
Yeah. What did it cost? Everything. All right. Is he building Goliaths? He's got a couple of them here.
We got a few.
We do have a bit of a turret ring here to help deny carriers just kind of coming on in.
By turret ring, do you mean 1 turret?
Well, it's kind of a turret ring. There is a ring of turrets. They're just very well spaced out.
Economical turret ring.
Yeah. You don't want them too close because, you know, in case there's splash damage from the air units, right?
Sure.
Or de-web, right? You know, you don't want to risk them de-webbing multiple turrets at once.
Yeah, I hate when they de-web multiple turrets at once. That's the worst.
Yeah, it's
almost every game.
It's such a concern for Terran. Yeah, no, he was just cheaping out on turrets because he didn't know that there was going to be this.
Well, he's building them now.
Yeah.
Quickly get the defenses ready. I mean, to be fair, I feel like as a Terran, you can be building turrets as turrets are getting killed, and you're kind of fine.
I mean, they do it against mutas all the time. This Terran's broken. And I mean,
carriers. We got
he's
6 carriers.
actually he's pushing the carriers back kind of like you would mutas, right? You have your group of units, in this case Goliaths instead of Marines. And you're just kind of trying to play around the turrets that are on your production.
This is the part of having carriers where I struggle. I'm like, okay, now I've got these really supply-heavy flying units that I can't really do much with.
Yeah, I don't think this is a good carrier map. At least not trying to push Terran's 2 bases.
I mean, I think where he was great. I think he just needed to be further at the top on the right-hand side of the base. And just be
Maybe,
doing
yeah.
supply depots. But, or, I mean, I guess he could go behind the natural. There's a lot of dead space over there if he can get
True.
there. He might get trapped, but, I mean, really what you want to do is kill the gas, right?
Yeah, if you can stop Terran mining gas, they don't got tanks or anything.
And the main's pretty mined out. And this is Terran's own the base. But it looks like he needs to move those carriers back to defend this push that's coming out of here.
Yeah, he's got to run home.
Though. Oh, he has a couple more in reinforcements, but it's not an incredibly scary force.
It's 2-1 versus just +1.
I mean, that's kind of normal.
Yeah.
It's kind of normal. But there's not a lot of ground force for us. And losing these games is not ideal.
Yeah, +2 on the carriers is nice, but you have to actually engage with the carriers for that to be useful.
No, we never rebuilt with natural.
It's fine, didn't need it.
Didn't need it. I'll just take the 6 o'clock instead. It's
Yeah.
pressure. It's like,
You gotta remember, this is a best of 5, too. So, I mean, there's a lot of potential for things to keep getting wild here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, one of these carriers has like 3 health. What audio do you think?
No, we can't fix that for you, Ponga.
Yeah.
That's
Hit F5. Hit the F5 button. That'll solve your issues.
Well, it might be an OBS issue, right?
No, because someone else said they had an audio issue before too, and it was resolved when they refreshed.
Okay. Oh, we got a few more tanks here now, but the Goliath numbers are a lot thinner. But it looks like the Goliaths are starting to get underneath the carriers,
Yeah.
so they've picked off 1. Another
2.
one low health goes down. So only
And the
4
thing is,
carriers left.
This is what makes it kind of a bad map for carriers, right? Is because the moment you try to attack in the middle, you just lose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's such a big open space. You really need to stick to the edges here. What do we have? We got 4 goons doing
Getting
their best
wrecked.
to die.
They don't even kill a single Goliath. Oof.
So I felt like things weren't looking super hot for Fear, but I'm glad that he's got his 3rd base coming up. That at least is going to mean that he's going to be able to keep doing what he's doing. He's not going to grow anymore, not going to dwindle out. But
Race.
Oh, really? We'll have a good Wraith play.
Yeah, Rays are so good against carriers.
Oh no, this is doomed. He's catching all of the carriers out.
Yeah,
on the map.
this is what Terran needs. The Goliaths are ripping through the interceptors. The Rays just get to target down the blimps.
What else do we have? Do we have 2 goons? Is that it? 2 goons and a zealot? We might be done.
We have one more blimp in reserve, but that's about it.
Yeah, all the money's been being pumped into carriers, not getting that natural back up again.
Yeah. D-Matrix on the Wraith, let's go!
Let's go.
Oh my god, it's working! Oh my god! It's working!
Well, as long as Tyr is patient.
Yeah, I think this is exactly what Fear needed.
Yeah. Do we have any... We have more carriers coming.
The Goliath count's kind of low, but like, I think he's got enough here. I'd love to see him like actually pushing the other bases too, like send some stuff down to the 4th.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like he needs to. What's the phrase where you sort of cut the legs off the snake or something like that?
Not one I'm familiar with.
Yeah, it's a new one. I've just made it. You gotta cut the
All
legs
right.
off the snake, man.
Guys, find a snake and cut the legs off it. You heard it here first. I'm gonna tell that at the rattlesnake hunt. We'll see how well that goes. Yo, minerals, friend. I haven't seen you in forever. How you doing?
The Bob Ross of maps.
True. The man of a million maps. All right, it looks like he's
even taking the 11 and 10 o'clock. No, yes, 10 o'clock.
So question: when it comes to positions, right? Do you prefer using clock notation, or do you just say like left hand side, right hand side?
I like to use both.
Yeah, because I've noticed that like what I think works best is if they're at the edges, like 12, 3, 6, and 9. That works really well, but anything beyond that is just kind of really annoying.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, well, what the fuck is like 732? And I'd be like, oh, that's this space. And it's like, all right, well.
That's dinner time. That's time for afternoon tea.
True.
So we've got Fear taking a base at supper time.
All right. Wow, is it that late for him already? Well, I guess it's bedtime for his kids, but like. Yeah, all right. The other bases are being shot down.
Yeah, this looks fairly doomed.
The Wraiths are chasing down. They're running down the carriers. I wish he had more than 3 Wraiths at a time.
Well, he's only got one starport, I guess.
True. Dude, have you ever there's a video actually of like kids in school being asked like what time is it, and this guy's holding up a clock. It's just like they don't know how to read clocks anymore.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, you don't need to with the advance of digital clocks, but it's like all right, it's like 9:10 or something like that. Then they're like, is it 2:09?
Gosh, like the numbers are on the clock.
Yeah, so it's just one of those things where it's like, I don't think that the next generation is doomed because of it, but it's like, it's an interesting generational change.
We can definitely have a kids these days moment if you want.
I mean, the kids these days are doomed, but it's not because they don't know how to read a clock.
No, that's true. I don't think that's the thing that's gonna sway the scales.
No.
Towards their absolute abolition from the face of the earth.
Yeah, we want to talk about like TikTok and all that being the doom of humanity. Sure, social media, I can hear that. I don't think it's the ability to read a clock.
Yeah. I think whenever you have something that's new introduced into a culture, then there's always going to be a bit of maluse at the beginning, and people adapt. I recently came to understand that out of every past generation, the current generations have the highest level of willpower because we are bombarded with ads and temptation and all sorts of stuff all the time.
Oh, the carriers
never got that. So,
that's very interesting, actually.
Swings and roundabout. Like the social media is training us to be better at control.
Well, is it? I mean, 40 states just launched a lawsuit against Meta for making it too addictive for kids. And they have a very strong case because Meta said that their goal is to make it too addictive for kids. So, I don't know.
Guys. Well, I mean, I'm glad that they do.
Remember, you're not supposed to make your evil plans known. You're not supposed to write them down.
It's not us. It's the children who are wrong.
True. It's always the children who are wrong.
We were just trying to help them have better willpower.
Oh, yeah. By the way, this is all Y2 has left is these 2 carriers and that goon.
2 carriers in a dream, eh?
Fantasy called. He said he wanted his GG timing back.